Hi, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Swindell back with our third math video for our lessons this week. This video is starting chapter 20, which talks about money. So as we work through this, I'm going to do some talking first, and then I'm going to show you one of the pages that has some activities on it that we'll talk about quickly that will help us with the workbook pages. So moms and dads, as you are watching this and getting them started, just so you know, we went ahead and you'll notice in the workbook that we skipped chapter 19, which was measurement. I said previously that you are welcome to go back and do those pages for review at the end if you would like to. But we have jumped to chapter 20 to look at money and do a quick little mini lesson on that. So for chapter 20, the first lesson is just a very simple, basic introduction to the coins. And we've talked about them in class, and there was a skill ticket on it. But again, extra practice with coins is always helpful. So I would suggest that if you have some coins available, as you work through the this money chapter, go ahead and get those coins out, just because having them see them, touch them, and just get to really kind of put their hands on them will be very helpful with them learning the coins. And so in this chapter, there are two different lessons. So this first lesson just starts off really simple with a quick introduction. What you see on my screen here, this is going to come up for the next quick little mini lesson I'm going to do. So for right now, all you need to do is, if you have any coins handy, parents, if you have a quarter, a nickel, a dime, and a penny, if you can get those out, and they can go ahead and take a look at them and talk about the values and their names, and pointing out, like if you're looking at a quarter, pointing out, that the quarter is the biggest and the quarter is worth 25 cents, and just going through each of the coins and just kind of giving them a quick little review on the money. Like I said, we have talked about money a little bit before, and so just giving them a review as we move through this chapter. So go ahead, and if you want to get those out, you can go ahead and do it now. You can do it later, just as you're getting ready to practice. And then you can also, if you have multiple coins, you can practice, sorting them into small groups. You can sort them by sizes, and talk about their colors. So really just kind of do a little mini investigation with the coins, and just kind of talk about them with your student, and talk about what's different about them, what's the same about them, and talking about their values too. Coins can definitely be tricky. Penny is obviously one of the easier ones, and quarter is pretty easily recognizable too, since it is the biggest. It's always nickel and dime that get a little bit confusing. So as you're practicing, again, just continue to practice those coins and their names and their values, and always coming back to it. And that's something that you can continue to practice and review as you go through the next couple weeks of the school year, and you're looking for things to review and practice. Coins would be a really great thing to continue to practice and review. So that would be the first lesson. Kind of in a nutshell, the first lesson is they just want you to talk about the coins. And so that would be lesson number one. The second lesson that's in this chapter is this one that's on my screen. And so what they want to practice on this lesson is they want them to look at counting coins and adding them together. So we've been practicing addition and subtraction, and so now they want them to kind of use it with the money. So boys and girls, what we're going to do is we're going to look at some of these pictures that you see on my screen, and we're going to look at some of the numbers and cents and how much they're worth. And we are going to go ahead and combine those together, and we're going to add them, and we're going to make a new number. And so in this lesson, what they want you to look at is counting coins. And really quickly too, before I forget, there is on your weekly schedule a Brain Pop video that goes along with this chapter. I think it was called Counting Coins. That's a good little video to watch. Talks about coins, how much they're worth, and how to add them, kind of like we're doing now. So you can either pause this and you can go ahead and watch the Brain Pop, or you can do it after. But that is a really great resource and a good video that lends itself to what we're going to talk about here. So, boys and girls, we're going to look at these numbers though, and we are going to talk about number sentences and combining numbers to make a total to get a bigger number. So let's look at all the pictures we have on here. You'll notice all the pictures that you see, they all have a different number on them. And there's also a sign after the numbers that looks, let's see, like this. It looks like a lowercase c and has a line straight through it, and that is called the cent sign. So when you see that sign, you can read that this ball is 1 cent. The bear is 6 cents. The kite is 3 cents. So each object that you see has a number to it, and that's how much it is. So 4 cents. The house is 9 cents. And so the values all change on the object. So that sign, just so you know, is called the cent sign. So you'll see that as we work through a couple of these activities. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're just going to quick look at a few examples here of these and work on combining the sets and the groups together. So let's take a look at the teddy bear. And so the teddy bear here is worth how many cents? Look at the picture of this bear. How many cents is the bear worth? Good. The bear is worth 6 cents. So I'm going to write maybe right over here so we can see it. I'm going to write a 6. That way I know that the bear is 6 cents. What if I wanted to buy the bear and the duck? How much is the duck? Good. I hope you said 2 cents. So I'm going to first put a plus sign here because I'm adding those two numbers together. I want to buy them both, so I have to add them together to see how much money they are if I put them both together. So 6 cents for the bear plus the 2 cents for the duck. So I'm going to write 6 plus 2. Then I'm going to put an equal sign. Okay, so again, you can use those fingers. If you have some coins, some pennies that you want to use, that would be great to get those out for practicing adding the coins, or you can just simply use your fingers. So if we have 6 and we're adding 2 more, 1, 2. So you can see my fingers here. How many cents do I need to buy the bear and the duck? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Good. If you said 8 cents, you are correct. So I'm going to write an 8 here. And I know that to buy the bear and the duck, I need 8. And I'm going to make that cent sign just so you can see it again. So it's a little lowercase c with a little line through it, and that reads 8 cents. Good. Okay, let's look at another one. Let's see. Let's add, I would like to buy the baseball mitt, and I would like to buy this little toy dog. So right here, let's start with the baseball mitt. The baseball mitt is worth 3 cents. So right over here, I'm just going to write right underneath that problem. I'm going to write a 3 because the baseball mitt is worth 3 cents. And I want to buy that dog, and we can see on the dog is 2 cents. So I'm going to write a 2. So I have 3 cents for the mitt plus 2 cents for the dog equals 3 plus 2 equals 5. There we go. And we'll put the cent sign. We keep seeing it. The more we see it, the easier it'll be. Okay, so I have 3 cents. I added 2 more, 1, 2, and that gave me 5 cents. So what you're working on here on this page is just using the pictures to combine those values of the toys to find out how many cents they are all together. And so that's really what you're practicing. Again, like I said, a great way to practice would be to get out some pennies if you have some. And you can use pennies while you're doing this workbook page, or you can just practice with pennies after if you choose to, whatever is easiest for you. And just practice in using those coins and pulling those pennies out. and seeing how to count them and combine them together. So you can just work through a few more if you would like to, and do a couple more practice problems. This would also be a really good time, if you choose to, if you haven't already, to take a break or pause and watch that Brain Pop video on counting coins, because it's going to be very similar to what we just did on this page. So it would be a good little refresher, a little review. And then there are some workbook pages with this chapter. So there are actually 4 workbook pages, and they go along with both lessons that were in this chapter. So one talks about just simply counting coins, like counting the pennies and how much something is. And then the second set is talks a little bit more about combining coins, just like we did here. So this is going to be the end of video 3. If you would like to practice a couple more problems on your own, you can get out some paper and continue to practice combining those numbers, or you can take a break and watch that Brain Pop video. So the next video, video 4, will be those last few workbook pages that I will walk through with you. So go ahead and take a break or continue on. Thanks so much.